Perdition's End? An Owl House tale written by Old Ben Kenobi, a visitor in Ponyville. 3 ponies, one purple, one blue and one pink, their manes and fur covered in scratches, cut their way out of the ever-free forest, the midday sun still beating down upon them, the others waiting patiently outside the dark woodlands. A rustle came from behind, and a beige unicorn stallion forced his way through the briars, his forehoofs scratching at the tree burrs caught in his mane. "Honestly, I don't know how you ponies can stand this," he said, in an accent that wouldn't have sounded out of place in the Canterlet elite. "I mean, hooves? Really? How in the wide worlds am I meant to manipulate anything?" "Maybe, one day, I can teach you magic," offered Twilight. "We did grant you a unicorn form for you in there, after all." Philip shuddered. "I had rather hoped it would be possible to spend my time here avoiding magic, rather than embracing it." Rainbow Dash stifled a giggle, which drew a sharp look from Philip the unicorn. You know that Equestria has magic everywhere, right?" She dashed into the air and kicked a wayward everfree cloud back into the woods from whence it came. "The Pegassi moved the clouds and changed the weather. Twilight over here can raise the sun and the moon. Every pony gets their cutie marks." "Oh," interrupted Pinkie Pie, "what's Philip's mark? What's Philip's mark?" Philip blushed as Pinkie looked at his flank, but what she saw turned her face from light-hearted glee to a confused frown. On his beige flank was simply a withered, blackened tree, with merely a single orange leaf atop its uttermost branch. Nothing more, nothing less. Yet Pinkie Pie, quick as ever, turned her frown upside down to the same, carefree grin she had before. "I haven't thrown you a welcome to Ponyville party," she gasped, "and that's a first for me, because I've always thrown a welcome to Ponyville party for every pony, and I mean every pony, who has ever been in a pony in Ponyville," she continued as she bounced ahead of him. "But don't worry. I'll make up for it by throwing a cute scenery for you that will be even more super-duper funerific than any pony has seen before." "I look forward to it, Pinkie Pie," came Philip's voice. However, Pinkie Pie had not said all that was on her mind in that moment, for her perception and her memory were quicker even than most unicorns, and it had not escaped her notice that Twilight couldn't quite bear to look directly at the sinister mark. Pinkie Pie made a split-second decision, and bounced up to the alicorn. "What's with his cutie mark?" she murmured to Twilight when she was sure she was out of Philip's earshot. "I don't want to make any judgments right away," Twilight replied. Pinkie's mane flipped backwards in the strong breeze. Twilight was beating her wings hard as she flew, making enough noise with them to mask what she was saying. "Cutie marks never have black and white meanings. A pony with a skeleton cutie mark could be an archaeologist, or they could be something worse, but if being a princess of friendship has taught me anything, it's that we should always see the best in ponies unless we really have no other choice." Philip's cutie mark could show that he intends harm to Equestria and Harmony, considering that the Tree of Harmony has safeguarded Equestria for so many millennia. Yet remember the lessons we were taught by the cutie mark crusaders. The misjudgment of Troubleshoes Clyde and so many other ponies can cause so much harm. Perhaps Philip's cutie mark means that he can bring hope even to the bleakest of times, for if you notice, there is still one leaf left. Either way. She stopped flapping her wings, and the wind current died down, causing Pinkie Pie to breathe a sigh of relief as her hooves brushed against the wet, dewy grass, and Twilight continued, still hushed, "Philip's cutie mark is not something to be taken lightly. Ponies with death in their cutie marks more often than not have a great role to play in their own histories, for good or for ill." Pinkie squinted. She noticed Twilight was more melancholy than usual. She hit it well, but Pinkie was too good at reading ponies to be fooled. Pinkie Pie guessed Twilight's thought. "Kinda reminds you of another tree, huh?" came Pinkie's voice, and Twilight's head snapped towards the pink earth pony. Pinkie gave an inward sigh of relief that her guess had paid off, the cozy thatched roofs of Ponyville coming into sight. "Pinkie Pie," Twilight started, "I am not mad about my library, and I am not taking it out on Philip Whitbane. I know it's just a coincidence, these things happen." "Twilight," said Pinkie in a voice so uncharacteristically serious that even the Princess of Friendship stood down before it. "Princess of Friendship or not, Princess of the Sun and the Moon or not, there are some things that stay with us forever, some things that Noppany that Noppany should forget or keep hidden away. I'm right, aren't I, Twilight?" Twilight nodded her head reluctantly, her mane bobbing up and down her violet neck. "There's more, Pinkie," said Twilight softly, and she caught a glimpse of Philip looking a little too interested in their private conversation, so she quietened her voice even more. "I have a greater connection to magic than any pony in Equestria right now, but even rarity." She gestured her horn towards the shivering white unicorn. "Feels there's more to Philip than meets the eye. His magical aura is too strong, far too strong, for some creature who has only been scraping by in caves and dells. If he decided to use his full potential, I don't know if even I could keep him in check." Something about him chills, like a sliver of ice in my heart. What should we do, Twilight? Both ponies paused, the path into Ponyville now clearly visible just ahead of them as the clock tower by the ever-free forest chimed as the hands displayed 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Twilight, drunk in the fresh summer breeze coursing through her body like a draught of cider, then turned to Pinkie. I should talk to Starlight and bring her to the map as soon as possible, because sending Philip back to his world isn't just the right thing to do, it means we will hold to our promise to him and be rid of all these worries in one swoop. But until then... She turned to the rest of the group and, using her royal canterlet voice, addressed them, "Attention every pony." She called, and even some members of far-off Ponyville Park stopped what they were doing at the sound of her voice. Twilight's voice became more reasonable now that she had every pony's attention. "While I find a way to bring Philip back to his homeworld, I have decided that, in order to get him used to our world, each one of our friends will hold him as a house guest. Starting with..." She squinted at Philip. She needed some pony reliable, some pony brave. A pony with a history of reforming extremely powerful, dangerous beings. Her eyes narrowed and a smile played on her muzzle. Fluttershy, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video make sure to like and leave a comment and share it with a friend. See you all later.